Aaliya had always believed that marriage was built on trust, until the night she discovered the truth that shattered everything she thought she knew. Her husband, Dr. Sohail Yusuf, was one of the most respected gynecologists in Karachi. To the world, he was kind, brilliant, almost saint-like. But behind the polished smile and the spotless white coat lived a darkness no one had ever imagined. For years, Aaliya suffered from an unexplainable pain in her lower abdomen. It came and went like a silent storm, sharp enough to make her gasp but subtle enough for Sohail to dismiss with a wave of his hand. "It's nothing," he would say. "You worry too much." Even when she begged him to take her symptoms seriously, he responded with irritation, then coldness, then complete emotional distance. Their marriage of 9 years had become a quiet battlefield, one where Aaliya bled in silence while Sohail walked around like an untouchable king. She didn't know that the real blow was yet to come. One afternoon, when the pain became unbearable, Aaliya went to a different doctor without telling anyone. Dr. Fawad, known for his honesty and calm demeanor, conducted an ultrasound. He stared at the screen longer than normal. His eyebrows slowly pressed together, confusion blending with shock. Aaliya felt her breath tighten. "Doctor, what is it?" she asked softly. He swallowed hard and turned the screen toward her. "There is an IUD inside you," he said gently. "A very old one." Aaliya felt as if the room had tilted under her feet. "IUD," she whispered. "But I never had one put in." Dr. Fawad looked even more troubled. "This device is misplaced. Inserted incorrectly. It could be the reason for your chronic pain, and possibly the reason you haven't been able to conceive for so many years." Her fingers trembled around the edge of the bed. The only person who ever performed any surgeries on her was her own husband. A cold wave of terror washed over her. When she confronted Sohail later that night, her voice trembled but her eyes were sharp. "There's an IUD inside me," she said. He froze for a fraction of a second, then shrugged casually. "Yes. I put it there." Aaliya felt the world collapse into dust. "Why? How could you do that without my consent?" He sighed, annoyed, as if she were complaining about the weather. "You weren't fit to get pregnant," he said coldly. "I made a medical decision. It was for the best." Her voice cracked. "For the best? For whom?" He didn't answer. Instead, he grabbed his keys and walked out, leaving her alone with a silence that screamed louder than any argument. The next day, unable to bear the pain any longer, physical or emotional, she returned to Dr. Fawad. He scheduled an emergency procedure to remove the IUD. During the surgery, he discovered something horrifying. The device had the hospital's barcode, and the barcode had a date, 8 years earlier. The exact day Aaliya had undergone an appendix surgery, performed by her husband. Without consent. Without her knowledge. While she was unconscious. When Aaliya woke up after the removal, Dr. Fawad could barely speak. "This wasn't a mistake," he said grimly. "This was deliberate." He documented everything, photos, videos, reports. Then he said the words that changed everything. "Aaliya, this is a medical crime. You have the right to take action." And she did. She met DSP Saad, a seasoned officer known for his integrity. He reviewed the reports, the photos, the timestamps, the evidence. His expression hardened. "No doctor is above the law," he said. Police began their investigation immediately. At the hospital, nurses revealed unsettling details. One of them confessed, "Dr. Sohail often asks us to leave the room, even when it's not necessary." Another whispered, "He performs procedures without explaining anything to his patients." We were scared to speak. But the biggest revelation came when Nurse Nadia broke down in tears. "Sir, I have to tell you something," she said, voice shaking. "My 2 daughters, they're his." The room fell silent. "He never wanted kids with his wife," she cried. "But with me, he never stopped me. He said he wanted a second life." DSP Saad realized this was not just medical abuse, this was a monstrous double life built on secrets and manipulation. Aaliya, meanwhile, opened Sohail's laptop, a device he always kept close, believing no one would dare touch it. But she had learned his passwords long ago, back when trust still existed. What she found inside left her breathless. Photos of Sohail with Nadia. Videos. Money transfers. Private messages. And a folder named Future Plans. Inside it was a note written by Sohail himself: Aaliya will undergo more surgeries. Within a year she will be permanently infertile. Then I'll move to the US with Nadia and the kids. The ground beneath her feet felt like it vanished. Tears streamed down her face, not because she was weak, but because she realized how deeply she had been betrayed by the person she trusted most. That night Sohail returned home with a bouquet of red roses, pretending nothing was wrong. "How are you, love?" he asked, voice dripping with practiced affection. Aaliya didn't respond. She simply turned the laptop toward him, showing every secret he had hidden. His face drained of blood. Then she placed the small plastic container on the table, the container that held the IUD removed from her body. Before Sohail could speak, the front door opened. DSP Saad walked in with 2 officers. "Dr. Sohail Yusuf," he announced firmly, "you are under arrest for medical assault, non-consensual surgery, bodily violation, malpractice, and emotional abuse." Sohail panicked. "You can't arrest me. I'm a doctor. Do you know who I am?" Saad stared into his eyes without blinking. "You're not a doctor right now. You're a criminal who thought he could play God." Handcuffs clicked around his wrists. Sohail screamed, struggled, threatened, but no one listened. Aaliya watched silently, her face steady. For the first time in years, she felt air filling her lungs without pain. The trial took months. Every witness came forward. Every report was presented. Every photo spoke louder than words. Sohail's arrogance crumbled in front of evidence he couldn't erase. The judge delivered the verdict clearly and firmly: Dr. Sohail is guilty on all charges. The courtroom gasped. Sohail slumped in defeat. Aaliya walked out of the courthouse with her head held high. The sun was warm on her skin. For the first time, she felt free. She wasn't just surviving anymore, she was living. And she had a message for every woman who'd ever been silenced: no one has the right to play God with your body, your choices, or your life.